Posted forms as it is related to you and me, broken down into a compass and the reasoning and deeds. First, let's make it personal. No lies or ties or matrix. The things that give us honor plus the lust we find salacious. What makes the heart flutter is this category's basis, all answered by the question, what's your motivation? The strong thrive to do more than be alive. As success stories, why? The place that we arrive is pride, but there are times when it subsides and isn't felt. Once we empty our reserves and our egos bow their heads, there's necessity to preserve the little nest we have left. In this effort we observe will will us to grab our best. We measure what we have from the weathering it took. This motivation of self is number one. Push at the center lies your peace, your being, your bubble. These six try to enter to disrupt, to trouble, and they all existed once as a team within a huddle. Every play that they can cause our defenses to struggle, but not to make us rubble, but to build and fortify, to reinvent the thrills and transfigure ordered minds, to make mountains out of hills and then render us to climb. I'm 24 bars and running to 100 PSI. Do you fear death? Ask Captain Davy Jones. If not, what is it? Pain, failure, being alone. Half of us get scared when we perceive the monotone. That battles we're now saddled and we'll always trudge alone. Others feel uncovered when susceptible to danger. The losing of control, undoing of arrangements. Changing could be the way for us to end it. Granted, here this heightened state is number two. Panic. Next we'll travel deeper for a more pure sample. Excuse time and maybe view a few phantoms to thoughts that you hypothesize and tried again improving, which then became your paradigms, expected in conclusions. These control your movements and are easily deceived, make us reach for moral goals and set up ethical decrees. You see, the things that we've experienced and the truth determined to be are here called principles. And number three, at the center lies your peace, your being, your bubble. These six try to enter to disrupt, to trouble, and they all existed once as a team within the huddle. Every play that they can cause our defenses to struggle, but not to make us rubble, but to build and fortify, to reinvent the thrills and transfigure ordered minds, to make mountains out of hills and then render us to climb. I'm 48 bars and running to 100 PSI. In music we find pleasure when there's tension then release. In life we find our essence from the pressure and the heat. The forced forms as it is related to you and me, broken down into what comforts and the reasoning and deeds. This category dwells within the elements causing binges. It delves into reception, the deceiver of the senses. Once softness is unlocked, we can be knocked from off the fences, which rock sells the numbness or shocks them to attention. Now where do you hide your confidence? Behind the monuments made from accolades, the praise we get in compliments. Certificates with certified completion of accomplishments can give us our dominion over those we are responsible. And monetary things can give a sense of independence, free us from insecurities, ensuring some attention. Number four is dedicated to those who watch and listen. All eyes on us and our illustrious position. At the center lies your peace, your being, your bubble. These six try to enter to disrupt, to trouble, and they all existed once as a team within the huddle. Every play that they can cause our defenses to struggle, but not to make us rubble, but to build and fortify, to reinvent the thrills and transfigure ordered minds, to make mountains out of hills and then render us to climb. I'm 72 bars and running to 100 PSI. Next is the normal, the informal, the classic. Adjective would separate, classify, and package people in all types of ways to rationalize and average, to hash rare judgments based on past, not actions, bro. Stereotypical decisions ruin lives, imprinted in theory. Every living's in our minds, seen in fam, given to us the friends we choose and find. The view we do influencing us appears. Number five, I don't really know how I'm supposed to show the next one. It's the ambition that uplifts us to perfection, the section of the brain making us humane and giving us ethics, the whisper in the wind we can detect and then its message, protection in our perils. We see manna in the deserts, he suggestive occurrences that turn to regularities. This is where religion gets retention, in the scarcity of reason we believe. I deem it number six, polarity. At the center lies your peace, your being, your bubble. These six try to enter to disrupt, to trouble, and they all existed once as a team within the huddle. Every play that they can cause our defenses to struggle, but not to make us rubble, but to build and fortify, to reinvent the thrills and transfigure ordered minds, to make mountains out of hills and then render us to climb. I'm 90 bars and running to 100 PSI. At last I must recap for lack of focus and for clarity. Push panic principles, position pierce polarity. Pressure six imposers we encounter till we die, to mold us to our wholeness. That's 100 PS. I am gone.